Coaches, it's time to go out there and find some new people to talk to that you've never talked to before. And it's going to be about anything other than Beachbody, anything other than opportunity. There is no agenda to enroll them. There's no agenda to even invite them to look at it. This is solely for the purpose of just constantly, continuously expanding your circle, because if you don't do that, then your business is dried up. It's also a really cool thing just for personal life. A lot of these people that you're going to talk to, you'll never invite. Many of them you will. A lot of them, most of them will never get into your deal. Some of them you're going to develop really awesome, meaningful connections with, friendships with that, well, you just never know. It's like this. You never know the opportunity, the mystery of the opportunity that's in a conversation with somebody unless you have it. So there you go. I found, myself included, that in the beginning, it's kind of awkward. It might be a little scary. You don't know what to say when you're talking to new people. I get it. But the reason that this is a daily core activity, a daily vital behavior, is because one, it's going to get you very good at talking to people. You're going to figure it out, and you're going to get a lot of help along the way, and that's what this video is about. But I want you to understand going into it, there is a reason this is a daily core activity, talking to new people that you've never talked to before. You have to get good at talking to people, whether it's online or offline. My strength is online, so I spend most of my time talking to people online. If your strength is offline, build on your strength, then spend most of your time talking to new people offline, okay? This is something that starts out a little rough, but becomes very, very addicting. And in the beginning, it might take you, say, 20 minutes, a half hour to talk to 10 or 20 or more people. But the brain adapts to this very quickly. Inside of a week, I bet you cut your time in half while talking to the same number of people. And then you can talk to more people if you want. Today, it takes me about 5 minutes or less to talk to 20 people. I think that's pretty sweet. Saves a ton of time. Can you imagine going out to, a shopping mall and trying to start up conversations with 20 people in a day? I don't know if I could do that. For one, it's not my strength. And even if it was, that takes a lot more time than 5 minutes. That's for sure. Now, Facebook changes things around a lot. So I'm actually going to stitch another video at the end of this one showing you some ways to use Facebook, some mechanical stuff to find new people. And it may not look exactly the same as you're looking at Facebook, so I want you to know part of using Facebook is adapting to how they change. So you're going to have to use a little bit of intuition, click around if you need to, but all that kind of stuff is going to help you get more familiar with the Facebook platform or whatever social media that you're using. I'm going to show you Facebook because that's what I like. I think it's the best by far. So having said that, stick around. So let's get started. You're going to want to have something up on your end, your laptop, so that you can follow along and just pause as you need to. So you can see I'm on my Facebook profile, see my cover photo, my profile picture. I'm going to show you several different ways of finding new friends, and I want you to let it open up your creative brain and just start inventing new ways to find friends. Whatever works for you, just develop something that works really well for you. This is basically, I'm showing you some mechanical stuff here, but don't be a robot. I want you to develop an open, rich, creative mindset for finding people and also the messages that you're going to send to people. So let's move on with it. The first easy no-brainer way to do it is just going to be to click on Friends, and there's going to be a Find Friends button here. And then you're going to see all these people. Look, I got 2 people I got to confirm. I'll do that later. But people you may know. It's going to suggest all kinds of people, kind of endless here. And you're going to see these Add Friend buttons. Never, ever, ever click on these Add Friend buttons. Don't start just adding people, because Facebook will shut you down and eventually they will permanently lock you out of your account. So don't do that. It happens a lot to people who just do that. We are going to private message people. You've got your warning, so you can't come back and say that, oh, Facebook shut me down for adding people. So it's all going to be private message based, okay? So now I'm going to show you something here that's going to save you a ton of time, and that is how to open these all up in their own separate tabs really fast. I actually call it machine gun rapid fire style. I don't know how to do it on a Mac. I know you can do it on a Mac, but if you're on a PC like I am, basically hover over a link, hold down the control key and left click. And I can just do it so fast. Here, let me show you what I mean. Close out of that, close out of that. Okay, so watch that. Control left click, control left click, control left click, control left click. I can just keep going down. I will do 10. That's normally what I do. And then I'll do another 10. So I'll do these 10. I'll switch over to these tabs. I'll show you what I mean. I'll poke, and then I'll private message. I'll send a little, maybe 2 sentences, maybe 3 at the most. Button it with a question, or I'll open with a question, button it with a statement. And then I'll send it. And to close this, another keyboard shortcut is going to be Control W. Control W. So after every time I write somebody, Control W. This is how I can talk to like 20 people or more in 5 minutes. It's incredible that I can do that. So practice it as I'm showing it to you, and then from there you'll find ways to go even further to make this even more efficient. So that's that. I'm going to review that real quick for you so that you get it, because it's going to save you a ton of time. So control left click, control left click, just go down the line, do 10. You can skip people if they look like people you don't want to talk to, that's fine. But when you get your 10 up, poke, like that. Well, there's not a poke. If there's a poke available, poke. It's silly, I know, but a lot of people poke back, and it just, it increases engagement, so it's kind of neat. Private message. Never add friend. Send your message. And then Control W. Do the next one. Control W. And then you come back here, and you open up another 10, rapid machine gun fire style. And then you got your 20. And if you want to do more, then do more. But today I want you to do 20. All right, so that's one way. Here's going to be another way. I recommend if you do this way, if you come to this page, you use these little filters here. Like you can search for current city. You can search for where they went to high school. You can search for like their college. You can search for their employer. And this filter sort of comes and goes. It just doesn't seem to be very consistent. So right now there's a friend filter. Tomorrow when you're looking at this, there may not be, I don't know. But if you do see this here, use it. I love looking up different, like based on cities is one of my favorite, like places I'd love to visit, like Las Vegas or San Diego or something like that. And then I can send them private messages about where they're from. The private messages that you're going to send people, it's going to be awkward at first, but just do it. You got to practice. A lot of times I'll see a cover photo that looks interesting and I'll comment on it, and it could be that's a beautiful cover photo. Is that something that you made, or did you take it from the internet? Or that's a beautiful setting, a beautiful sunrise, a beautiful building, a beautiful whatever. Is that a place that you visited, or is that where you live? There's so many ways. I love the quote you have on your cover photo. It's so meaningful to me. Is that yours, or is that quoted from somewhere else? It's endless. If you do their city, you can ask them what they like most about, hey, I saw that you live in Las Vegas. I love that place. Tell me, what is it like to actually live there? Or I saw that you live in, I don't know, whatever city you're searching for. I saw that you live in Albuquerque, New Mexico. What do you love most about living there? I'm thinking about taking a trip out there someday. Also their job. If you're doing by employer, say, I don't know, U.S. Bank. You could message them about that. You must really love what you do. I saw that you work at U.S. Bank. Tell me about that. I'm looking for a career change. I just made that up off the top of my head. Or you could do, what do you like most about what you do at U.S. Bank? That sounds really interesting. And make it genuine, though. If it doesn't sound interesting to you, don't say it. Just, there's endless ways you could talk to people. Super short, sweet, potent. And that's what I want to get across to you for this. All you want to do is pique their interest enough to want to write you back and let it be genuine. So that way, if you're genuine and you're not, just making stuff up or just trying to get somebody, but you're being genuine, the odds are if they do write back and they like what you sent, there's going to be a pretty cool connection there. And whether they get into your business down the road or not, because that's not even the goal right now, it could be a pretty cool, meaningful connection that you're glad you made, whether they do this with you or not. So enjoy that. And now I'm going to show you, in my opinion, a much better way of searching for people. The filters down there are really cool, but just going down and talking to people with no filter I don't know, that's a little more challenging in my opinion, but you can try it out, see which works better. I love the filters. Gives me something to talk about. So here's my personal favorite way is going to be, what are your interests? Type in an interest. I think kayaking is pretty cool. I don't go very often, but I like it. So I will click on this. I'll click the magnifying glass. Whatever the interest is, click the magnifying glass down there for kayaking. Otherwise, it'll just go to whatever pages was shown by default at the top. Okay, so now we got, let's see here. Look at that. If you look at pages, like from here, you can use these filters. The ones that I use are pages most of all. The other one that I use sometimes is groups. I'll show you pages first. So pages, click on that right there at the top. So many people into that. Now, if you open that up, I'm going to hold down the control left, so I'm opening it in a new tab just like I showed you a few minutes ago. So that tab is there, multitasking. These browsers are really great for that. If you have any trouble with this, the shortcuts I'm showing you and anything, just let us know so we can help you. So it's always going to show you who you're friends with first on top. Since this thing has over 500,000 people, I probably have quite a few friends that's in on this, so I might have to scroll for a while. That was probably a really bad example, but basically it doesn't even matter. I'll show you how I do this. So I might want to look at something where, you know, there's not 500,000 people, maybe a few thousand, 10,000, and then it'll show me people that I'm not friends with yet. So this is awesome that it actually worked out this way so that you can see how it works in the real world. So I would do another search, and you know what, I'll just do it for you now anyway. So I will do it for, let's see here, just for example's sake, let's say you love surfing. So I'm going to type in surfing. Then I'm going to click on, well, I'll click on that magnifying glass. It doesn't matter which one you click on, that I know of anyway. Alright, I guess it does matter. Alright, I'm going to type in surfing again. Now I'm going to click on this one. Now I know, click on that one. And then it's going to take me to this, and then I can click on pages. Looks like it shows pages at the top anyway, but just to show you how the filters work. And there we go. Quite a few people like it. I'm going to go to the one that's a bit smaller. Opened up in a new tab. Looks like I got a lot of friends that are into surfing too. And there we go. Now we got to add friends. I'm not friends with them yet. So again, rapid style, just open them up, 10, and talk. Private message, the same way that you did before. So for example, I'm just going to open one right now because I already showed you how to do this. If I private message this guy, poke, and then, whoops, there we go. Then message, I could say, hey Todd, I actually did a keyword search for people who like to surf. Where do you like surfing more than anywhere else in the world? I am always looking for new places to experience, or whatever, you know, super sweet like that. Also, anytime you can inject humor in there, I find that is very good. That wasn't so much a humor post, but you get the idea. So, short, just a couple sentences, engaging, hopefully interesting. The goal is just to pique the dude's interest. So what you can do with this now, highlight that, copy it into your clipboard, and then when you got your 10 other tabs up here that's open, you can, since this is based on a keyword interest, surfing, they're all interested in surfing, at least according to the search that we did, you can send the same message to all of them. So now you just replace the first name in these new messages and paste your message and send it off, and then Control W to close the tabs. Now that's how you do it super fast. That is the fastest way I know to do it. That's how I can talk to 20 people in like less than 5 minutes. So practice that. That is, in my opinion, that's the best way to do this. Now I'm going to show you groups. So we'll just stick with the same thing here. Click that magnifying glass as opposed to this one. Alright, so now we're going to go here, click on more, groups. Now it's going to show me the groups. So let's say I want to get into, there's a public group. Closed groups, you can request to join if you want to. I'm just going to go into this one for now. Now this one you can't click on that link where it shows how many members. That's just for like pages. So you actually have to go into the group. You can join the group if you wish. So here's the thing about groups. If you start talking about your deal, you're done. They are very, very sensitive to that because groups are just so used to and sick of getting pitched all these business opportunities and opportunities to do this or that. So even if you got the greatest opportunity in the world and yours isn't like theirs and all these other things, it doesn't matter. You could have the thing that they would absolutely fall in love with, but they will never see it because they are so turned off by being pitched to in these groups. So never talk about that in your groups. If you want to participate in these groups, just be appropriate, honor everybody, and jump in the conversations that are happening and be interesting, be intriguing. Your goal in the group is going to be to expand your circle, which is what we're doing. So this is holding consistent no matter which way you go out here, which strategy you're using to find friends. You just have to be, you cannot have your business on your brain at all. Not at all. Now you can also, in these groups, go into members, and now you can start private messaging people the same way that we have before, just opening these up machine gun rapid fire style into new tabs and start private messaging them. And again, no business on the brain whatsoever. If you're participating in the discussions on their group timeline, no talk of the business. You just want to make new friends. That is it. Now it's time to go out and do all the strategies. I would like you, that's your homework today. Do all the strategies that I just showed you. Find some things that work for you really well. Stuff, it's going to be awkward at first. So get over that. If that's something that's been keeping you back, be pulled by your vision, your compelling vision. That's the first thing you should do even before you get started, is develop that vision. Otherwise, when things are hard, you're going to quit. And we want you to succeed. And we want to be able to use your vision that you've given yourself to encourage you if you ever start to, sound like a quitter or anything like that. So do it. It's going to get better. You're going to get so much better. Your people skills are going to sharpen up, and you're going to start providing value for people, even if it's just to smile at them and say hello and give them attention and praise over something that's important to them. People love that stuff. You love it. There's things that make you feel good when people add value to your life. When you add value to other people's life, you're going to feel good. You're going to have more confidence. It's going to build. You may not have confidence right now, or maybe you do, but if you don't, I'm telling you, this kind of action, it can go a long way to building up your confidence, as well as just improving the overall quality of your life and building a business that you own at the same time. So talk to a minimum of 20 people today. And if you got time, talk to another 20 in batches of 10, just like I showed you with all those strategies. And you're going to find your rhythm like within a week if you do this every day. All right? So go out there, make somebody's day,